future by keeping up with maintenance and upgrades. This past year, during the early spring, there was a concern with storm pumps at Portage Park, which had not been properly serviced in years due to us not being able to get the proper equipment into the location. The problem was easily solved. The recent demolition of the Waterworks building on Perry Street left another issue of removing the brick rubble. The brick was put through a crusher and with the help of our service department was turned into a roadway for access to the pump station at Portage Park. As soon as the roadway was finished, not only was the pump station refabricated, but the station's control panel was upgraded as well and phased conversion to three-phase to operate more efficiently. This is only the start of upgrades for our storm pumps throughout the city. The replacement of the pumps and panels at 8th Street, upgrading electrical service at the Buckeye Street to three-phase, the purchase of 6 new 15-horsepower efficiency motors for Perry Street pump stations, and even cellular telemetry on the CSO station. It doesn't stop there, as we have already planned, bid, and will be under construction early this spring to upgrade the electrical service with new control panels to accept the new 15-horsepower motors on Perry Street. These accomplishments I've listed may not solve all our groundwater issues, but we have definitely seen some great results from these actions. Along with that, the more effective way of cleaning storms and sanitary sewers from the service department, we feel confident that we are headed in the right direction to ensure that the water and the sewer funds are being used to better serve our community. That being said, I'll spend some time talking about some of the accomplishments in our water office. First off, we wanted to make the office more available to better serve the community. By changing office hours to 7 a.m. till 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, in doing so our hope to be more accommodating in people's schedules. To ensure the accuracy in customer billing, we asked the State Auditor's Office to conduct an audit of our billing software to make sure there were no irregularities. We're very happy to report we passed with flying colors. The water sewer rates increased by 2% as opposed to 4% increase in prior years. We've changed the billing cycle to be more current in billing statements. We've identified the partial ID numbers for all the delinquent final bills in order to certify them over to the Ottawa County Auditor's Office. We also updated our water bylaws and regulations to be more consistent in how we do business. I would also like to report that due to the updated sewer deduct meter program, customers have received over $15,860 of sewer credit on their December 15 billing statement. One other big change is the promotion of Julie Frattaroli to office manager, so we'll be more prepared for the future and the changes yet to come. Julie has already made positive changes to streamline the operations of the office. Tax revenues increased by more than $133,000 over 2011. This can be attributed to some major construction projects and continuing an aggressive program for finding delinquent taxpayers. School renovations had some impact on withholding tax increase of over $60,000. The increase in business filings and individual filings are the result of several factors. School projects helped, but through the court there were 169 non-filing and 138 non-paying mediations filed. There were 101 criminal cases for non-filing. Small claims and garnishments brought in over $16,000 in taxes, penalties, and interest for various years. We also attended Ohio Municipal League and Northwest Ohio Tax Commission Association meetings to keep up to date on pending legislation. Through this network, municipalities, including the Port Clinton, expressed concerns about the state taking over municipal tax collections by passing a resolution opposing this potential bill. It was later removed from the legislative docket due to those efforts. Throughout the year, the city has worked on many different projects, along with a lot of community involvement, making Port Clinton even more special. The county student groups continue to work together, improving the neighborhoods they live in and throughout the city. They hold different neighborhood cleanups, participate in Make a Difference Day. Whenever a hand is needed, these groups are always ready and willing to help. Their community spirit can be recognized with their commitment to organizing the city garden. After many meetings and a lot of negotiations, Linda Hartlaub was successful in securing the land that would become the Beach Street Park. Without her tenacity and personal involvement in this project, I firmly believe there would be no such park. As the final agreements were being made, Kathy and Dave Mell opened their homes for meetings planned for our city garden. They continue to organize a group of dedicated people to make the city garden what it is today. Almost all of these groups have helped or have been involved with the Friends of Parks. The Friends of the Parks, led by Reverend Bob Butcher, have continued to raise monies and move our parks forward to better serve our community. To honor someone who has been an example of volunteerism and who has continued to give to his community well into his senior years, the Friends of the Parks were instrumental in creating the Bob Underwood Pavilion in his memory. One of the most precious groups in our community is the Compassionate Friends of Ottawa County. This group has been by far the most heart-touching group I have ever had the privilege of knowing. The memorial they have built to honor not only their children, but the children of our community that have gone too soon is a reminder of how precious our children truly are. When tragedy struck the small town of Connecticut, the Compassionate Friends of Ottawa County understood the loss the families were feeling all too well. Without hesitation, Roseanne Hickman, the Compassionate Friends leader, using social media, organized a candlelit vigil to honor the children and adults who had gone too soon and to show support to the grieving families as well. My heart and prayers go out to the Compassionate Friends of Ottawa County, and they have all my support. This year, Arbor Day was celebrated at Portage Park with dedication of 5 red maple trees and a monument to celebrate the children gone too soon from our community. Many members of our community came out to help with the dedication. Troop 361, representing the Boy Scouts of America, many groups from the Girl Scouts of America, the Compassionate Friends of Ottawa County, even church leaders from our community were also present to offer a prayer for the children we have lost in our community. The children present were honored to throw the dirt of newly planted trees along with the members of the Compassionate Friends of Ottawa County. As the trees continue to grow and offer shade for the children playing on the fields of Portage Park, the children gone too soon from our community will be remembered. Another park that has received special attention is Veterans Park. The American Legion and the city have worked together to honor our veterans by placing stone pillars and metal archway at the entrance. The walkway leading up to the arch has been reconstructed as to be more user-friendly. Other improvements include landscape islands on either side of the walkway, not to mention the fallen soldier memorial in the center of the park. The Sloan Ditch, which has been a project long overdue, has been completed for under $20,000. Now that this project has been completed, residents living on the east end of town, including Magruder Hospital, will be able to enjoy less flooding in that area. We believe that this is a great way to help on getting back to maintaining our city, along with sewer cleaning and catch basins, as well as lessening the amount of groundwater entering homes in our city. The Army Corps of Engineers has awarded a grant to the city in the amount of $250,000. This grant money will be used for the design work along our shoreline. The hope is to continue the construction in the near future to bring back plants and wildlife habitats that were once thriving in this area. A grant from the Ohio Department of Transportation Small Cities Program in the amount of over $600,000 will be used for the reconstruction of 2nd Street from Monroe to Jefferson. This will include sewer separation, sidewalks, curbs, and lighting, which will place the electrical underground. Finally, while a small event, it is an important event to help our young children know the importance of local government. Each year, Mr. Greg Scaff's government class from Port Clinton High School participates in Student Government Day. Students shadow different positions in the city and attend council meetings to learn how the local government operates. It is always a joy to have our students involved in our local government. As I would wish I have outlined accomplishments of 2012 completely, I'm sure I have only touched on things that stick out in my head at this time. I'm also sure I may have failed to mention a lot of people of importance as well, and for that I'm truly sorry. The fact of the matter is that it takes the community as a whole to move the city forward, not just a mayor. I have a lot of great people who work with me and help these projects and the day-to-day operations become successful. Tracy Colston, our Safety Service Director, Jen Porter, Administrative Assistant, Walt Winkle, Special Projects Coordinator, are all key players in moving the city forward. I would like to mention the most forgotten part of City Hall operations, the Auditor's Office. There have been great changes in the Auditor's Office with Larry Hartlaub moving to the county position. This void left large shoes to fill. Cole Hadfield accepted the challenge of filling those shoes and has done extremely well. Along with Rachel Clementov, the deputy auditor, business continues without interrupting and kept the administration on the straight and narrow. Speaking of the straight and narrow, the continued work by the City Council and most certainly the Law Director, George Wilbur, offer another extremely important role in our local government. Without their dedication, care for our city, we could never progress. On a side note, I can tell you it is really nice to have legal advice readily available when dealing with such important issues. While I'm not claiming that we have not had our bumps and bruises along the way, we are most definitely always trying to do what we believe to be in the best interest of our city. In the beginning of my address to the city, I mentioned being surrounded by great people who are like-minded when it comes to a passion for our city. I cannot tell you how privileged I feel and how grateful I am to have the honor of working with all of them. To end, I would like to say thank you to all allowing me to be mayor of the great city of Port Clinton. Thank you. That's not for me. There's some other things I get to do as mayor, and there's a couple of awards that I give out as mayor. And if I could, I'd like to have the Friends of the Cemetery come up here and join me, if you would. All of you. Don't be so hesitant. I had to sit up there for 20 minutes. You can give each one. This is the service award, which goes to the Friends of the Cemeteries. In acknowledgement for what the Friends of the Cemeteries have accomplished. Without this group of dedicated citizens, there would not be cement foundation for the new trash receptacles, new curbing, and signage at the entrance to Riverview Cemetery, and plot message boards at both cemeteries. This group has helped with several projects in conjunction with the mausoleum, including new gutters, downspouts, interior paint, and a new roof. This group has more plans for the future, and we would like to extend our gratitude and support for all their hard work. So this is you. Okay, so we're going to hand off to you. I don't know how many of you. Okay, because we got it. Oh, yeah.
Thank you. It will turn off. It won't turn on, now it won't turn off.
I have one more surprise. The mayor also has an opportunity to recognize Citizen of the Year. For me, there's plenty of different groups and plenty of people out there who do a lot of hard work, and I don't want to forget any one of them. But I'm always looking for that person, in my eyes, it should be that person that is very rarely recognized. Someone who's always working tirelessly without looking for thanks or gratitude. So if I could, I'd ask Mr. Larry Holman if you would please come up and join me. Another surprise, didn't know. This proclamation comes to the mayor's office. Whereas Larry Holman has been a longtime resident of the city of Port Clinton, and whereas Larry has taken an active role in his community and has proven his commitment to the city of Port Clinton and its citizens through his continued contributions. And whereas Mr. Holman has volunteered on the West and East End Conestoga cleanups, working with the residents of these neighborhoods in their beautification efforts. And whereas Larry has donated his time and efforts toward the establishments and development of a community garden, assisting local citizens in raising their own fruits and vegetables. And whereas he has also spent many hours in the planning and creation of the Compassionate Friends Memorial in Lakeview Park, honoring our fallen children. Whereas Larry has also been active in planning activities of the city, providing his opinion and words of wisdom in the public meetings concerning potential projects. Whereas when there is work to be done, Larry Holman is always there to lend a hand. Now therefore, I, Vincent P. Leone, as the mayor of the city of Port Clinton, Ohio, do hereby recognize Larry Holman as Citizen of the Year from 2012. Yay! Let's get a picture real quick. Can you take a picture for me?
Two of them, and then this one.
Thank
Little,
you.
just a little video.
It's been an honor. Thank you.
It's been an honor for us. Thank you.
Congratulations.
It's on. Don't touch it.
Don't touch it. One more thing. If I didn't say enough. Just one more announcement. I know it's been in the paper, we want to make sure everyone's aware. There will be a public meeting on February 20th at 6 p.m. at the Alps. Mike Rose of Washington Properties will present his vision of downtown and the waterfront area. This is a public meeting. I welcome everyone and ask that you participate in this meeting. We're looking forward to hearing what he has to offer to the city of Port Clinton. That is all.
Thank you. Auditor's report.
Thank you, Madam President. Make it hard to follow. Just briefly, I want to let everyone know that I sent out the January 2013 reports last week. If you did not get them, please feel free to let me know and make sure you get a copy. In addition, in that same email, I also sent out a copy of the 2012 annual report, which is covering the finances of the city. Lastly, I would want to announce that the City of Port Clinton has received the Auditor of the State Award for the city's audit as of the fiscal year 2011. And this can be attributed to the hard work and dedication of both former Auditor Larry Hartlaub as well as Deputy Auditor Rachel Clementon. So if you see them, be sure to thank them. The Auditor of State Award is given to those entities that file timely financial reports and also have a clean audit report, meaning that there are no findings. So congratulations goes out to both of them.
Thank you. Treasurer's report.
I thought I'd report tonight, Madam President, on the total for the year of the dock and the bed taxes. Bed tax total for the year 2012, $157,571.